When do I know that I've won my political asylum case in immigration court? In this video, I'm going to answer that question. So keep on watching to learn more. So briefly, if you're in immigration court and you have an asylum case pending, you already know likely what you need to prove. You know what kind of evidence needs to be submitted. And if you don't know that, your attorney should know that. I'll put a link up above that'll talk about those two different topics. But the way you know that you've won immigration court is by getting an order from the judge. Now, keep in mind, usually that order is not final until 30 days have passed by. So let's say you're in immigration court. You have your attorney and then the ICE attorney, which is the immigration, custom, and enforcement attorney, the attorney that doesn't want you to win, that is against your case, usually, most often. And let's say the judge orders, he approves your case, he grants your asylum case, he will give you the order. And if the ICE attorney states that, they waive appeal, that they are not going to appeal the case, if you won the case, your attorney or yourself, you're likely not going to appeal because you want to keep that immigration status. But if the immigration attorney, if they also state that they waive the appeal, the decision becomes final right then and there. However, if you or the other attorney state that you're going to appeal, 30 days go by, and if at those 30 days neither side appeals, whatever the judge decided, that becomes final. Let's say the judge denies your case, you want to appeal, you do appeal. Within those 30 days, the decision from the judge, the order of deportation is not final. You still have to appeal. You're gonna have to submit, the legal arguments to appeal your case, and that's gonna take some time. It might take a year, it might take more, but basically during that time frame, the decision from the judge is basically on hold. It's on pause, and once the appeal is done, that's when the decision will become final. But the big thing to keep in mind, though, is that 30 days need to go by for the decision to generally become final. If you find this video valuable, please let me know by hitting that like button down below. It really helps with all the YouTube analytics and all the technological aspects. So yeah, 30 days is the important number to know, and we don't know, you're unlikely to know whether the ICE attorney is going to appeal, whether you're going to appeal. Like I said, either side can appeal. If you win your case, you're unlikely to appeal. If you lose your case, you're likely to appeal, and vice versa. It may be sometimes that you win the case, the other attorney doesn't want to appeal, and in that case, like I said, the decision becomes final. But the big thing to keep in mind, though, is that if your case is granted, let's say, a recent case, the decision, the judge did not give us the decision right then and there. So the judge, took the testimony from the client, heard everything, read the documents, and stated that he would provide, an oral decision afterwards. So we didn't know after the trial court whether we won or whether we didn't win. Oftentimes you get the decision right then and there, you get all the information, but in this case we didn't. Thereafter, the judge wrote a written decision and told us that the case was granted, and we're really happy, but because we didn't have those 30 days up, it still wasn't technically final because we didn't know whether the other side was going to appeal. So once those 30 days went by, that's when I told the client, okay, now the order is final, now you have asylum. They cannot take it away generally, but now it's final. And because of that, those 30 days were important. We waited it, and then the case was done. If you learned something from this video, please let me know down below. Thank you, and God bless.